how much he loves our home state, me and Paul's home state, and our football giants. Anyway, so Frank.
Yes, sir.
Been a long time since people had a new record of any kind with you. How does it feel, man? It's about to come out.
It feels great. It feels great. It really does. I think when we started to do this, when we put the project together, the main thing that we wanted to do was put a good album together. And when we started to write, the three of us started writing together, I felt it start to work, and it felt really good. And then when we took it to Paul, and he started to put things together so that we get the band start playing on it, it sounded great. So I felt really good about the whole project, because initially I had started thinking about writing, keep using old material. And the thought about that was not a good thought. I thought, this is a new project. Let's go with a fresh approach. So we wrote all new music. And the first two guys that I thought that I would ask was Oz, of course, from working with Oz, and Jeff. I've known Jeff for a long time, and I've wrote with Jeff before. And when we started writing again, it just clicked like it was yesterday. So it was a good marriage between the three of us to get this thing together. It's great.
He was the chick in the marriage.
Frank, why did you think now was the time, 2015, to put new music out? I mean,
you know what? I don't know. It's not really that I thought this was the time. It's
just because records sell so well these days, right?
It just happened this way. I mean, it just happened to work this way. My friend Ken,
another Jersey buddy, Ken DiMino. He's got his own spotlight.
Very nicely done, Ken.
It's actually all his fault.
Yes, actually it is.
Enabler.
Yes, he is the Las Vegas enabler. Ken said, "Why don't you do an album?" I said, I don't want to do an album, really. And he's got, come on. He said, "Do a solo album." I said, "No, I've always worked with a band. I've never done a solo thing." Then he started talking more and more, and so I started listening to him like a maniac. I listened to him, and this is what happened. I started thinking about it. I went, that might be a good challenge. So we put it together, and now we got a whole new DiMino album.
Tell us about the people on the record, because you have other guests on the record besides, of course, the three musicians on this stage with you.
Yeah. The whole thing came together great. Everything worked out perfectly. We had Eddie Ojeda played on a track, right?
Twisted Sister, yeah.
Yes. Well, Paul, you can tell them that story.
Well, Eddie, he's a longtime friend, He was over at NAMM. That weekend he came on a Monday, and we tracked the solo. It was great. Probably 30 minutes of work.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But the other funny story is actually Jeff Duncan.
From Armored Saint?
Yeah, Jeff Duncan did a solo.
Oh, here we go. We're going to tell this story. It's time to tell stories.
Yeah, we decided to do the solo at my house, in my living room, on my laptop. Jeff came over with Frank, and we spent the first 2.5 hours playing Van Halen riffs. He's getting really pissed off.
Fucking crazy.
Get to work! And we just kept playing Van Halen.
Drove me out of my mind. I said, "Can we play the song? Can we do the song? I mean, can we record the song now?" They just kept playing Van Halen.
You have to understand, Frank is not a big Van Halen fan.
He hates Van Halen.
No, that's not true. It's not true. It's just it's not true. But I mean,
wait a minute. I've actually never met anybody that's not a Van Halen fan. Let's talk about that the next time.
Wait a minute.
He hates Van Halen.
I'm sorry, I threw you under the bus, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't think Van Halen was taking you.
Van Halen and Junior are among my favorite bands.
Okay, but I play with this guy in a cover band, and we don't play any Van Halen. Let's just say that.
Vinyl Tattoo, right?
I know that you can enjoy yourself playing Eddie Van Halen stuff, but what am I gonna do?
Yeah, so
I left my.
You could probably sing it a hell of a lot better than Roth could right now. That's right. I said that.
All right, let's stop throwing people in
right now.
Let's sing up good vibes.
Right now, Frank is thinking it was a really bad idea for Trump to come here from Jersey.
What the hell was I thinking? The hell was I thinking?
But the story, we spent about 2.5 hours playing Van Halen riffs and then 15 minutes on the record.
Yes, exactly.
That was it.
They went to do the lead and it took 10 minutes. And we're like, really?
But you know, talking about singing in all seriousness, and I said this to you before because every time I've come to Vegas, I always try to come see you with whatever band you're playing with, usually here at Vamp'd. And I was telling you this, I think, having listened to you sing throughout your career, that you sing, you're one of the weird anomalies that you actually are singing better now, I think, than you ever have in your life. Not just on the record, but also live. I mean, so many guys have been doing it that long, that they lost a little something, they don't sing like they used to. I don't know how you've managed to do it, but it's pretty remarkable.
Thank you.
Is there a secret you'd like to share?
My wife told me to say thank you. I forget to say thank you. I don't know. I've started taking singing lessons when I was 9 years old. So I mean, I've kind of kept up what I was supposed to do. And now that I have students, I start to remember all the stuff that I forgot. So it's a good therapy for myself when I'm teaching, to remember all the specifics about knowing how to sing and applying all those things. So yeah, I mean, but I think it's just one of those things. It's the same thing for Ronnie Dio. I mean, everyone has a shelf life though. That's just the way it is. But hopefully mine will last a little bit longer till I get another few CDs out.
Yeah. So who else? Did I hear somebody also tell me that your son makes a cameo on the record?
My son makes a cameo on the record. Is he out here? Did he get here? Did he make it here? No. Yes, my son Dylan came out. He didn't make it here yet, did he? My son is always late. He should be here by the time we're done playing the CD. But that's okay. But yes, it's the most. I guess it's the proudest I've ever been. I think I think about it, and I always think, and I go back and I think about him sitting in the studio and actually playing the song. And I remember saying to him when we were at home, I said, make sure you go through the song because I don't want you to hang up anyone in the studio. When you're in the studio, it's quick. You got to lay it down. You got to know what you're doing. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't tell me don't worry about it. Just make sure you go over it. But he went over it. Yeah. And when he came down to the studio, it was great. It was great. Paul made him feel comfortable. He was the main thing he was worried about was feeling nervous, and that's why I tried to keep my wife out of the room when he came down. He said to me, "Please, just don't bring Mom in the room while I'm playing this."
Now we have another very special guest in the house here from your previous band, Mr. Greg Giuffria is in the house.
Great.
And another former Angel member makes a guest appearance on guitar on the first track on the record.
That's right.
Mr. Punky Meadows.
Yeah.
How was it to have Punky on the record?
Great. Yeah, I mean, Punky played on the last thing that I did with Barry, and all it took was asking him. So I mean, Punky is always, everyone asked me, do you guys talk? I said, of course we talk. It's not like we don't talk to each other. Just because Angel's not together doesn't mean the five of us went through, a big growing up period in our lives together. And those days in the 70s were pretty crazy. I mean, the 70s weren't the 80s. It was a lot different back then, and it was a lot of grown up. See, Angelo's here. Angelo knows. Angelo was our sound man. Angelo knows.
Angelo did sound for Angel?
Yes.
Wow, no wonder why you guys were so loud all the time. And I say that because I love Angelo.
another New York, Jersey connection.
Yeah, for sure. So, you got Punky on the record, you got all these guys, this record's about to come out, and then that begs the next question that a lot of people would like to know is, do you think you could do live shows with this band for this record? Is that the plan? Do you want to put a live band together and go out and actually do shows?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I love playing live. I mean, that's why I do it here. I mean, even though people ask me, well, where have you been? I've been singing. I sing all the time. So that's what I want to do. I mean, I want to put a band together, play the stuff, and take it out on the road. Absolutely.
And one last, we'll take some questions from the audience if you guys have any. If you want to walk up, I'll hand my mic to you if you have any questions for anybody up here. But before we take any questions from you guys, just putting some stuff in my mind here, just throwing it out there for the hell of it. We talked about Punky. He was just on my radio show a couple weeks ago. He's on your record.
I heard that.
You heard that, Oz? Thanks for listening, Oz. Felix was with him. Felix is playing with him on his record. Just talking to Greg down here, he said he's writing some music and doing some stuff. You're up here, you got a record coming up. I don't know, is anybody else putting a connection together here? Is anybody else connecting dots anywhere along the line here? Everybody's doing stuff.
Look, we're all musicians, so we're going to continue to do stuff, and I don't think that's a big surprise. Whether we do that together is something totally different. I don't know. I mean, that's something that, you know, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that we won't play on each other's records or play with each other, write with each other, whatever it is. I'm sure that we'll continue to do what we do together.
Yeah.
All right, anybody have any questions before we play the record? Anybody have any questions for anybody in the audience? Don't be shy.
Just play that damn record.
That's it? Nobody has any questions for anybody? Just want to hear the record? Here, somebody over here?
What do you got for it, Dave?
Come on.
Oh, we got CDs, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we giving them out? Or are you selling them? Or what are you doing? They're being sold? Are they for sale already?
They're for sale. They've got Frank's signature, Oz, and Jeff, and
I got a raffle ticket.
All right, so wait. So where can people buy them? Up there?
right up here, $15.
Okay, so the record's not even out for like another week and a half, right? July 10th, right?
Wow, this is bonus time here, guys.
Whoa, this is so you had a 2-week jump on the record's actual release. So
You
yes.
can buy the record and jump up and down and show people I've already got it. Right?
Just don't put it online yet. Wait until people buy
Oh
it.
yeah, don't put it online.
Like that's gonna happen.
We've got 40 of them. When they're gone, they're gone. They're all autographed, and they're just for the release party here.
All right, beautiful. So you get the record 2 weeks before anybody else. If you just want to pick one up at the desk there on your way in or out or whatever the case may be. Any questions before we play the record? Does anybody want to ask anybody anything? Yes? No? Maybe? You? Oh, you're just going to buy a
He
CD?
just wants a CD.
There you go. You sold one, Frank.
All right.
Charting already.
We're
You're
climbing up the charts.
climbing the charts.
I have a question.
Greg Jeffrey has you got to come up here, sir, so everyone can hear you.
Are those my boots or are those yours?
Oh yeah, what is the story with these boots?
I'm missing a pair of
Greg wants to know. These weren't angel boots, were they?
No.
What's the story with these?
Those were just the boots that I wore in the 70s. It's kind of crazy. I wore those in Japan.
With what band? With Angel?
With Angel.
You?
Not on stage.
Oh, I was gonna say that would have broke up the white too much. I would think, right?
pair just
So how?
We couldn't add any color to anything that we wore on stage.
But what was? How did you just stumble into them and decide that would be good to?
Well, I still had them, and it was amazing that I still had them after all these years. So I thought, with the album called Old Habits Die Hard, I might as well pull those 70s boots out that I had.
Man, he should have worn them tonight. It would have been awesome.
How about one road story in the 70s?
One road story?
You and him together.
Me and Greg together?
Yes, just one.
Okay, it must have been maybe Rapid City,
A road story from the
a road
70s.
story, yes. We were all in the hotel room. Angela was on the road with us at that time. And we all happened to be in Greg's room, and for some reason Greg had his hi-watt and his keyboard in the room, his synthesizer. Took it out on the balcony. And he played the beginning of On the Rocks, the big siren. It was like 2:30 in the morning. It was completely dark out there. He played that siren, turned it up to fucking 12. Every single light started to go on in every house out there. And we went, oh shit, pull that stuff back in.
It was the same time that the president was in town, was visiting. And
Wait, Greg, come here so people can hear you, man.
it was the same time the president of the United States was visiting Grand Rapids. And so Which one?
That's good. A 70s question. A 70s question. What were you doing in Grand Rapids? Was it Reagan? Ford? Reagan.
Reagan. Okay.
It was 80s.
Eisenhower.
Could have been. Anyway, the Secret Service did not like that because it sounded like an air raid or a fire situation. So the police were called, the Secret Service were called, and so they ran out of the room.
Of course.
I jumped in the bed, fully dressed, pulled the covers over my head, and I peeked down from the covers, and my hotel door flew by me to was kicked in. And there was all the police and road managers, and I think they paid them $500 each. Each officer was given $500. And I was not arrested, so it was good.
So it was a happy ending.
Hey, anything else? Anybody else?
No more road stories.
No more? All right, well, let's play the record. Should we play the record?
Time to play the record.
All right, again, the record is out everywhere July 10th, but you can get it tonight here at Vamp'd right now at the desk there, signed by the guys. And this is it. This is, how many tracks we got here?
There's
Dozen tracks.
One thing I want to say is there is an extra track. You're going to hear an extra track. There's an extra track on a bonus track that's going to Japan. It's only on the Japanese release, and it is a unplugged version of the ballad that is called Even Now. So you're going to hear that twice, but it's not on this record, unfortunately. But I thought I would play it for you guys tonight anyway. And I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. You guys are great. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you, Ken. Love you, Ken. Thanks, Greg, for coming. Love you, Greg. And enjoy yourself. Enjoy the record. And we'll see you guys really soon.